Hell yo, this is Kaiserredux, a mod for Hearts of Iron 4 that acts as an unofficial standalone expansion for the Kaiserreich mod. Kaiserreich itself takes place in a world where the Central Powers won World War I. We are going to play as Trans-Amur, a country in Asia that was created in the ashes of a putsch. Officially called the Far Eastern Republic of Trans-Amur, it has been reduced to little more than a Japanese puppet state that has to deal with opposition all throughout the Far East. This country claims and intends to take back Moscow and Petrograd at some point, but who is to say it will actually achieve this goal? The nation starts off led by a man nicknamed the Admiral Dictator, but besides that, there are some factions we should be aware of, such as the Japanese and the Siberian regionalist, and this should tell you Trans-Amur is not exactly entirely politically stable in early 1936. In the focus tree starting off, we are going to complete Supreme Ruler, crush the NRA, appease the workers, and the Semyonovites issue. We got an event that explains to us who Semyonov is. He is essentially an adamant of a group of Cossacks in the western part of the country. He helped the current leader of Trans-Amur in the past, but there are rumors the Japanese may be backing him in some way. At the moment, this adamant is currently waging a war with the remnants of Bolshevism, the partisans of the NRA. The president of Russia got assassinated, but ignoring that, let's talk about the NRA, or the Far Eastern People's Revolutionary Army. Originally part of the Red Army in the Far East, they were defeated in the past, but they fled into the Siberian wilderness after this happened. Now they fight an underground struggle and sabotage their enemies. The workers of the city of Chita are unhappy. They demand their wages to be increased and the working day shortened. We are going to give them what they are asking for. Turmoil in Transbaikalia. This part of the country is a springboard for constant resistance to the regime of the Admiral Dictator. During the Civil War, it was home to an independent Buryat Mongolian state. When the region was annexed, this self-governance was put to an end. Other than that, this place is where the army of Semyonov is located, and it is also where the NRA partisans are most concentrated. Frankly, the area is in a state of civil war, and we will have to deal with this. Something has to be done. Let's give the full control of Transbaikal to the adamant. He will have to be the one to address the troubles in that place. Some say Semyonov is being coordinated by Japan, and he may possibly rebel with the help of the Japanese. But with all that in mind, giving him a little bit of power may be the best thing we can do right now. An emergency decree from the Supreme Ruler has officially established the Transbaikal Military District. We are going to use this event to switch to the country of Transbaikalia. We are now playing as the Military District, and unsurprisingly, given the context of everything, we are a puppet of Trans-Amur. A new focus tree has appeared, and in it we are going to do Transbaikal Cossacks in Power, support Buryat autonomy, create Buryat Cossack host, and anti-socialist raids. Semyonov is trying to appeal to the Buryat Mongols, and a part of this effort is the creation of a Buryat Mongolian autonomy in part of the country. Although at the end of the day, even with this being done, all supreme power will still belong to the adamant. There has been a coup in Trans-Amur, I think, maybe. The Supreme Ruler is gone and there's a People's Tsardom now. Due to these developments, we are going to break free and become a fully independent country. As a result of our newfound freedom, the flag has changed and the country is going to be formally named Transbaikalia. In Europe, the Kingdom of Finland is no more, and on a perhaps more relevant note, we are going to try to destroy the NRA. With our position secure, the adamant, one of the first to declare war on Lenin and who is a, quote, militant fighter against everything Bolshevik, is going to end his irritating partisan enemies once and for all. This includes a notorious group referred to as the Godless, who destroy churches and kill priests. A manhunt is being prepared near Chita, where prominent member of the NRA and the leader of the Militant Godless, Yemelian Yaroslavsky, is said to be hiding. We are going to arrange a raid to get him. There are a few different options for what we can do. Let's choose to send in a detachment of Cossacks to arrest him. Our Cossacks break into the Godless hideout, but no one is found there. It appears that we have been tricked. While we were focusing on the raid, the Godless mobilized partisan formations and they have moved toward Chita. we will have to send our distracted Cossack forces to the city center where they will meet the NRA. The Ottoman troops were ambushed as they were making their way toward the center of the city. A division was destroyed. This confrontation has resulted in the partisans taking over Chita. The situation in Transbaikal has become something resembling anarchy. We will rally more Cossacks and some Buryat Mongolian divisions, and then we will move to retake the city that was lost. Our efforts to go on the attack failed. Workers of Chita rallied around the NRA and their socialist ideas. The Ottoman made the mistake of relying on the Buryat Mongols too much. Many refused to go into battle and deserted, leaving the Cossacks to fend for themselves. This led to the army of Semyonov being defeated and captured. He is executed as a war criminal, and thus the country is now under the full control of the NRA and the Godless. The Transbaikal People's Socialist Republic has been proclaimed. A Bureau for National Minorities and a Supreme Council of the Republic will be founded in the near future. However, it is obvious to all, the ones that will have the most power are the Bolsheviks, who took care of the old government. The Militant Godless focus completes itself and our country name changes to the appropriately named the Militant Godless. The ruling party ideology from now on will be totalist, and the leader shall be Yemelian Yaroslavsky. Yaroslavsky historically was a Bolshevik revolutionary, Communist Party member, historian, and journalist. Atheist and anti-religious, he argued that religion was, quote, born under man, lived under man, and would die under communism. He was the leader of the League of the Militant Godless, or the League of Militant Atheist organization in the Soviet Union. Its stated purpose was to promote atheism and destroy religion in all of its forms. Looking at our national spirits, we have Buddhism, rampant crime, Lama Agvan Dorsaif, an unpopular regime. Our army consists mostly of several divisions of militia and infantry. As for commanders, there is one general and one field marshal. We have more things to do in another part of the focus tree now, so let's complete spread atheist propaganda, nationalize the means of production, ban the church, every hand a rifle, destroy churches, and every priest a bullet. The SVB consolidates power. There is resistance against the regime, but the Transbaikal Soviet of Workers and Peasants will push forward with its objective to destroy religious fanaticism. From out of nowhere, the People's Tsardom of Trans-Amur declares war on us. They are totalist in terms of ideology, like the Militant Godless. I am fairly certain the People's Tsardom combines Bolshevism with monarchism, and by comparison, we ourselves are playing as a Bolshevik nation, which appears to be more like a republic. All of these factors make this perhaps one of the strangest wars I have seen in this game. It seems like we were more ready to fight than our opponent was. We have gained momentum and have started pushing to the east and to the north. In Central Asia, Khiva, Bukhara, and Kokand have formed a faction. They may soon clash with the neighboring Alash Republic. We're working hard to try and get out as many divisions as we can because I'm not sure how large Trans-Amur's army is, and as the saying goes, better safe than sorry. I'm not sure what happened, but our enemy has gone to the other end of the political spectrum and has become the national populist, Far Eastern national state. This doesn't matter too much though, as we still have a war to fight. A good portion of our opponent's units have been caught in our advance, and by that I mean like 5 of them have been encircled. We are making our way east. Once we get out of this region that sort of functions as like a bottleneck, the Militant Godless will have easy access to the heartland of Trans-Amur. Our enemy offers us a truce. We're going to say no to this because we have the momentum, and plus I think maybe like 1/3 of their army will be gone very soon. The government has banned the Orthodox Church. Failure to comply with the decree will mean death for the churches and the priest who disobeyed. To take better advantage of our numbers, we made a fallback line in the hope that Trans-Amur will take the bait by rushing forward and overextending themselves. A state campaign to destroy churches has started. These places in the event are described as shelters for the poor and a purse for fat priests. All churches within Transbaikalia are to fall. To keep the edge in this conflict, we are going to aim to have a total of 19 or maybe 20 divisions. The Red Terror is underway. Clergymen nationwide are to be targeted and executed without trial until there is not a single one left. Continuing along our political focus path, let's do combat militant Buddhist, forced secularization, militant pro-occult, and liberate the Far East. While we are busy with our own problems, to our south, a fight has started between Mongolia, the Ma clique, and Tibet. We are grinding down the forces of Trans-Amur. They have a pretty good national spirit called the Siberian Army, but on the other hand, they may have purged part of that same army. Greece does something, but also we are getting closer to taking the very strategic Amur region. It will be our gateway to Vladivostok. Transbaikalia is slowly removing all religious elements. Buddhism and Orthodoxy have almost sunk into oblivion. Priests have been shot and churches have been destroyed. Instead of prayer services, people are now working. We are back again in that bottleneck area of the map we were in earlier, and this time we will get through it without any problems. We're done with our political path, so let's complete some military focuses, such as People's Revolutionary Army from militia to army conscript buryat, centralized command, reorganize armament production, dedicated artillery battalions, and last but not least, encircled by enemies. The whole opposing army is trapped, I think. Onward to their capital we go. I guess Trans-Amur had a few divisions lying around for garrison duty, or maybe they were just deployed. Oh well, they won't be that much of a threat. Vladivostok has come under our control. Now we gotta capture Zia. I didn't really notice it earlier, but apparently Russia and the 4th International faction are all fighting the People's Republic of Turkestan. All of the important settlements in South Trans-Amur have been captured. With that out of the way, we are going to go north and secure Yakutia. That should end the war. It's over, we have achieved victory in the chaos of the Far East. An event has popped up that will transform the country into the Far Eastern Republic, but let's just ignore it. With no more Trans-Amur in their way to stop them, the aggressively atheist, Bolshevik, Militant Godless have established their position in the world. The video is going to end here. If you enjoyed the mod, check it out in the description below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. Don't forget to leave a comment because it helps the algorithm recommend the video more. Have an awesome day. I'll see y'all later. Bye.